We are talking the latest Detroit Lions news and rumors for you folks today. In this video, we're going to get over a mock draft, Eric Schlitt's mock draft. We'll go over it, give you my thoughts of the mock draft. What should the Lions do with the tight end position if Brock Wright does not return? Matthew Stafford returns to Detroit, but not what you think. Washington adds another former Detroit Lion, and everybody is telling Sheila Hamp to buy the Detroit Pistons. Oh my, has times have changed in the city of Detroit. Let's go. If you're a fan of the Lions, you're going to want to hit that subscribe button. Why? Because that's all we do on here is Detroit Lions news and rumors, live shows and videos, and live stream watch parties. That's what it's all about. Now, generally speaking, when I do a video, I take the time and do some epic graphics. But not today. I got people at the house, so I need to entertain. So it's going to be a little bit different when it regards to the graphics, but that is okay. So we're doing a 7-round mock draft here from Eric Schlitt from Pride of Detroit. Already seen the players. Very interesting picks here. As you can see, with the 29th pick, the Detroit Lions take Adon Mitchell, wide receiver, who would be replacing Josh Reynolds. Now, taking a wide receiver at 29 is going to be extremely controversial. But Adon Mitchell is absolutely worth the pick. He's one of the best receivers in the draft. There's going to be a ton of receivers taken early in this year's draft, not just the first round, but second and third. I think 7 could go in the first round. Adon Mitchell, 6'2". He ran a 4.34 X receiver, contested catches, exactly what Josh Reynolds was, but better, younger and better. If the Lions were to go this route, you have really done a good job on getting Jared Goff all the weapons humanly possible to make him successful in this up-and-coming season. You look at what Reynolds brought, 600 yards. Adon Mitchell, him and Donovan Peoples-Jones could absolutely cover that number, and the Lions' offense would continue. Thing is here, we have other needs on this football team, not just wide receiver in offense. But, look, if he's BPA, the Lions going to take him. I'm just hoping there's a corner or an edge out there the Lions could take that would be BPA. So I got a question for you. Would you draft a wide receiver in round 1 at pick 29? Y for yes and N for no. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. 61, Christian Haynes, the guard from Connecticut. We've talked about him, 4-year starter, All-American, really good guard, and it would be a backup role right now, but he would be a starter after this season, or if there's an injury, obviously he would do a replacement. I think the Lions need to get guard 110%. I don't know what round they go, but I'm not going to be upset if they go guard in round 2 because it's not really a want, folks. It's a need. And it's important the Detroit Lions get this position taken care of. Today's show is sponsored by GameTime, and I love GameTime. It helps me out, and I just got some concert tickets. Real easy. Saved me a lot of time, a lot of headache, because I don't like to do that. But look, if you don't like overpaying for sports, make sure using GameTime. With killer deals, last-minute tickets, and best prices guaranteed, you can stop stressing over tickets and start getting hyped for the fun that you're going to have. It's easy to find and buy tickets for every kind of event in your area, whether that's sporting events, concerts, comedy shows, or whatever. With their lowest price guaranteed, it is the GameTime guaranteed, which means you always get the best price. And if you find tickets in the same section or less, GameTime will credit you 110% of the difference. You can get exclusive flash deals on tickets for football, baseball, basketball, concerts, and more. In the middle screenshot, by the way, I think it's a fantastic feature of the app. It shows you where your seat is, and if you move your phone left or right, you can see the surrounding area like a 3D live photo. So simple. Download GameTime, plug in Chat Sports, get $20 off your very first purchase. You go to the redeem code section, plug in Chat Sports, get $20 off your first purchase. Terms due to apply. You got to create an account. You got to have an email to get $20 off. So the information is going to be in the description and comment section of this video. If you're buying any sort of tickets this year, make sure using GameTime. Download GameTime today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. Third pick here, they finally go defense. Renardo Green, cornerback from Florida State, 6 foot, 186 pounds. Guy who you wouldn't initially have to start right away on the defense. He can just take the time and slowly get there, be in situational downs, because we have picked up a Carlton Davis and a Meek Robinson and Emmanuel Mosley, who everybody forgets. He eventually could be a number one, but it's not going to happen this year. But that would be a good pick. Going safety right after that, Malik Mustafa. A lot of people like him. I do too. Very good safety. This is ideal for me. Just continue to put the safety room young in the draft. Mustafa would be a really good selection at 164. 2 offense, 2 defense. We go tight end with Brock Wright potentially gone. I could see a situation later in the draft for sure. Brandon Coleman, so we go another guard tackle at 205. A lot of offense right there. We do need a tackle and a linebacker, Trevin Wallace from Kentucky. So you're looking at how many offense? 1 offense, 2, 3, 4 offensive players, 3 defensive players, and not an edge rusher. This is what the problem I would have is we need to get a pass rusher. I know they like Marcus Davenport, but we cannot, in my opinion, cannot count on him. So that's just my food for thought right there. We cannot count on him to be the guy. But I got a question for you. Grade this mock draft, A, B, C, D, or F. Let me know in the comments below. Let's continue on here. This is best tight ends available. I went through this list, and this is free agency. Logan Thomas, C.J. Uzomah, Robert Tonyan, Goff Swim, and Jesper Horsted. Here's the thing. If they want to get a tight end, free agency is not to do it. We need to get a blocking tight end. Just get one in the draft. You can get one in the later rounds. We're talking like a 6th round pick. You don't have to. Heck, even an undrafted, you can get a decent tight end to replace what Brock Wright did. Brock Wright is more of a physical player, more of the blocking type. He's not necessarily going to get the big yards in the pass game. He haven't had a whole lot in his career here in Detroit because we have Laporta for that. Getting a tight end free agent doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I think they'll just stay with Shane Zylstra, James Mitchell, whom they drafted a couple years ago, and maybe get a guy potentially late in the draft or just an undrafted. You don't have to spend a high pick. You don't need to get Bowers, anything like that. Brock Wright is replaceable, and they can get his replacement. Matthew Stafford is back in Detroit, but he's opening up a community center. Good for him to come back to Detroit, helping out the people there. I got no problem with that at all. I think that's good stuff. It's not like he's playing us. So I already seen comments saying that he needs to get out of Detroit. This is not his town. Folks, he can come to Detroit and open up a community center. Okay, that's good stuff. That's the stuff you want to see. Regardless of what you think about him as an NFL player, if you like him, don't like him, that's irrelevant to the situation here. They're trying to help out the city. So, of course, that's great. You know, good for Stafford to do that and help the locals out. He already helped us by getting beat by Jared Goff. We beat him at Ford Field. He took a beating. We win. They didn't win. I'm good with that. We'll see him again at Ford Field this coming season. But if he's not playing, I could care less. Jeff Driscoll got added to the Washington Commanders. Remember him? He was a former Detroit Lion. And he was a backup, like 4 years ago, 5 years ago? And he came in, again, he didn't win, but he did decent. So, congrats to him. Everybody's saying that Sheila Hamp should buy the Pistons. I don't know about you guys, but I absolutely remember the time when I kept hearing say the Fords need to sell the team, sell the team, sell the team. It cannot get better. They sell the team. Oh, has times changed? Now you're saying Fords buy the team. Sheila, buy the team. Because she's done such an amazing job with the Detroit Lions. She has done a phenomenal job. So now fans want her to take control of the Pistons and have her do her thing. I don't watch a whole lot of NBA, but I know the Pistons obviously have been really, really bad for some time now. It's been on a bad stretch. Hopefully they get back on pace at some point coming up. Don't want to see them suck all the time. But no, I don't think that Sheila should buy the Pistons. Have her focus strictly on what she's doing right now, and that's focusing on the Detroit Lions. That's what we need here for them to do it. We got another article here in Cam Sutton. He turned himself in. He's getting charged with a misdemeanor. So all of this over a misdemeanor. He gave his career up, at least in Detroit, from a misdemeanor. And look, he bailed himself out of the jail. Obviously, he's got the money. Misdemeanor is really nothing. It's a slap on the wrist, and he's good to go. Like, he turned himself in. It's not going to really, I don't think nothing's going to happen to him. We will let the legal process continue to do its thing, but it's not even a felony, folks. It's a misdemeanor. So he's going to slap on the wrist. Hopefully he gets his stuff together for him personally, moves on, moves forward, and does a good job for himself and his family. But imagine giving up everything, basically, for a misdemeanor. Oh, millions of dollars lost. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. So that's what's going on with him. Let me know in the comments section. What do you think? Think Cam Sutton made a mistake? Do you think that we made a mistake by cutting him? With that said, folks, adios.